listening to
the Really Joke Podcast. Really Joke.
Today, we have a very special guest, Ohio's very own, from a Pair of Lips podcast, Podcast Bae.
Thank you for having me, though.
Oh, excuse me. My bad. Thank you for joining me today. Oh yeah, it's no problem. Hey, I've been checking out your work. I think it's dope. I see you on your grind all the time. And somehow you keep getting backstage at these concerts. So that's a good plug. I need that plug. I don't go to concerts, but if I do, I want to be backstage.
You know what? Sometimes you got to kind of bum guard your way back there. Like, look, I'm going up. No, but seriously, connects and just, I don't know if they do it for the guys, but they say, a couple ladies go on stage. Going on stage.
You know they ain't going to do that. You know they're not going to do that.
Like, where some fine fellas at? Come on stage.
You know that's not happening, man.
I know.
Hey, it's rough.
What about like maybe a rock concert or country? Like maybe they do it for their male fan base.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, hey, we only wanted to catch the people in the mosh pit. That's all they want us for. That's not much.
You know what? I would really hope and pray that I'm never in a situation where I have to catch somebody because I'm letting them go. Like,
you hear me?
No, yeah, I'm not. And then like, I want to go to a Travis Scott concert. I know it's like, you're not supposed to be talking about him right now. There's a lot going on, but I do want to go to one of his concerts. I'm a big fan. I think he has very dope production. He's a very good producer. But in his concerts, they like to throw like drinks in the crowd and water and stuff like that and catching the artists. And I'm like, I don't know if I would have to be backstage.
Yeah. Well, hey, but you already got the plug.
I'm trying to get there.
But look,
unless you know something, I don't know. You get me backstage at a Travis Scott concert. Trying to meet Kylie too.
No, I don't even like Travis Scott.
Really?
Yeah, I don't at all. But hey, we'll get into that. But let me just throw this out there for our potential listeners. A Pair of Lips podcast available on our platforms. At A Pair of Lips podcast. It's music based. So if you have some time, check out. Leave a comment. Like it. Share it. Come on, people. But
support.
Yes. Hey, in this world that we're in, it's something that's lacking. I sent you a video earlier that was sent to me. Now, you didn't really get to give me your take on it, but it's that time to get that take on it. So to inform the people, I'm gonna put the video in this video, so the people will be able to see it. And he did. What were your thoughts on the video of, a little kid? I think, it's a buddy of mine's daughter. And I think she's 15. I think she's in 10th grade. But what were your thoughts on the video?
My initial thought was, did they say that? And once the girl verified, yeah, he said it, I'm like, okay. Let me look at the referees. Are they going to stop the game? They didn't stop the game. I'm like, okay. No uproar from anybody over there. I didn't hear anything, see anything. So it was more than just one thought. Like several thoughts went through my mind at one time. And it was pretty much, what the heck is going on? Like, everybody heard it. There's no uproar. They didn't stop the game. They didn't reject the person. And they just continued to play the game. And it's like, these are kids. I mean, first off, it's unacceptable whether it's a kid, full blown adult, whatever. Like, it's unacceptable. But for it to be a kid and them not correct the issue right then and there, that was definitely a problem for me, because I have kids too. So
Right. So I'm with you, man. Excuse me, not calling you man, but I'm with you.
mhm.
I think that's the hardest part of it, is because it's a kid and what sounded like a grown man. It's either that or a high school student with a deep voice. But
Right.
I think that's the hardest part, because it's like, man, why put a kid through that? And now, granted, the little town that they were in, it's no lie, it's a little hick town called Horatio, Arkansas. So it's majority white people. I'm sure it's probably a bunch of racist people there. And to me, I don't think that should matter. It's
Right.
like, come on, man, y'all play. You're gonna play schools with black kids, right? Like, come on, man, be on your best behavior. And better yet, you would think the coach of the basketball team would have said, "Hey, can y'all get him out of here?"
Yeah,
Like,
this could negatively impact our school, our team. Like, yeah, if you was smart at any type of sense, yeah, get him up out of here.
right,
Slowly, quietly. Like, we don't want this to turn into an uproar. But yeah, the fact that they left him in there,
right.
they
So,
don't care.
you as a mom, what would you have done in that situation? You're a mom. I'm sure your kids are what? They're probably not high school yet, right?
My kids are 7 and 9.
What would you have done in that situation?
You know what? When you sent it to me and I watched it the first time, I was thinking that, what would I have done? I can tell you what I might have done, but I might have conducted myself completely different. But in my mind, we're stopping the game. I'm going down to the referees. I'm going to the scorekeeper or something. We're stopping the game, and we're getting whoever this is, they got to go. They absolutely have to go. And there needs to be some type of punishment, whether it's suspension or if it was a student or something. Like, that's not okay. If things were to not get solved, then we'll have to take it a little higher than them. I learned that yelling and going crazy, even though that's our first instinct to do, like, we don't get anything accomplished doing that. Sometimes you got to be smart and strategic about it while keeping your kids at your forefront. So, do I want to get crazy with these people and go off, and all they're going to do is kick me and my kid out? Or do I think, okay, let me handle it like this professionally? He got to go. Like, this is what happened. I'm pretty sure you guys heard it. It's like absurd. And then if that doesn't happen, then you won't have to go over your head at that point.
I thought about that. The same question. I was like, what would I have done? Like, of course, me being a black person, in the back of my mind, it's like, man, I'm finna go off on somebody. I'll walk over there, try to find the person, and let them know, like, hey, man, that ain't cool. That ain't finna fly around here, right?
Right.
But then, as I thought about it some more, I'm like, it's nothing she could do. As as the mom, what could she do? She's in a lose-lose situation. You in a predominantly white town. You go over there and throw a fit. Let's just say a fight break out. All them white folks finna jump on you, or they gonna hold you down to where somebody else is gonna beat you up. If you call your old man and he come and he got the strap, you gonna go to jail in a predominantly white town, in a predominantly white county.
Mm-hmm.
You
Which
know?
makes all the difference.
Yeah, a big difference. You guilty. You guilty of something. You know what I mean? Like, even though you didn't even start it, you guilty of something off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's nothing she could have done except for go off verbally, get your baby, and go home.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not the type to lay down so easily. So it's like, I'm not going to get my kid and go home. Somebody got to pay, because that's traumatizing to my child and everybody in there that's Black. Like, I feel like, and if it was a child, I don't really blame the child. I'm always blaming the parents. It's definitely the parents' fault, because why does your kid feel comfortable enough yelling this out, or you as an adult, why do you feel comfortable doing this? So whether that parent gets banned for, a couple games or something, like, something has to be done. I'm not just going home. That's not happening. And if you want to take it there, like, I mean, in my situation, I have a platform and I have friends that have platforms. Like, we can plaster this if you guys don't correct it. So it's like, yeah, I'm not just going to lay down. It's not happening.
I get
Go
it.
to the newspaper or something, like, it's whether you get defunded, funds decreased by whatever amount, like, yeah.
I get it. And I feel like you're right. Something needs to happen. Do I think anything's gonna happen? No, not at all. Now keep in mind, we're in the era to where people lose their job nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
For doing things outside of work. I'm sure he was at work the next day, because I think this was on a Thursday. I'm sure he was at work the next day and nobody said a word to him. Now, the ironic thing was I had to go there the next day, which was, I think, on a Friday. And everywhere I went, I'm like, hey, was y'all at the game last night? Because I want to ask, and I was just hoping I found somebody that said, yeah, I was at the game. I was going to ask, man, who said that? Like that's my partner, little girl. You know what I mean? Like who said that? But nobody, from the people I ran to, nobody said that they were at the game. So I'm like, whatever, man. Some of y'all lying. What else is it to do down there?
Right. Especially in a small town. I come from one as well, and high school games are definitely a big deal. Like, it's a big deal.
Right. And what about middle school? Oh no,
Middle school too, because there ain't nothing to do in small towns.
Right.
There's nothing to do. So,
no lie, I feel bad for the mom, because keep in mind, I know the mom, and I feel bad for her daughter too. So I asked, keep in mind, the mom was supposed to do this with me, but that didn't happen. So, hey, I got Podcast Bae. It worked out.
You know what? But like, in a situation like that, like, I mean, maybe she still feels some type of way about it. Maybe is how fresh is it? Like, when did it happen?
I think last week.
Yeah, maybe it's too fresh. It's too fresh. But never fear. We're here to break it down all sides of it.
Right. So, man, like, I don't know about you. I was called a racial slur by older white guy when I was young. I was like 12. And it's something you never forget. Not the first time. You don't never forget the first time. Have you ever had one of those experiences?
Yes. I was working at Cedar Point, which is an amusement park here in Sandusky, Ohio. And I was working at Shoot the Rapids, and one of the guests came in, and he was trying to be cool though. Like, it wasn't like him trying to be like a asshole towards me or anything, an a-hole. But he was like, oh, that's my nigga. But keep in mind, I don't play that. Like, I don't play that at all. So I'm like, what? And he said it again. I'm like, you don't know me? Like, if I come across the counter, like, yeah. So, I mean, besides that, like, no, I never had anybody say it in like a cruel way. Like, he was trying to be, a little corny dude, trying to be cool,
Yeah.
nigger. Hold up, watch your time.
Right. So that was your first. That was your first black experience.
Well, as far as the word, yeah, like I've had some racist situations happen now. They didn't use the term, but they might as well just have said it, like, because the way that they were talking to me, they gave off the impression that they wanted to say it, but they didn't have to pause to like say it towards to my face. So yeah, I've definitely had some racist experiences growing up.
Unfortunately, just like you've had to deal with it, I've had to deal with it. Being black, you have to deal with racism. Just like in this scenario at this basketball game. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's why I say it's nothing she could do. Like it's nothing the kid could do. Fortunately, the kid didn't hear it. Somebody else told her about it. But as the mom, she heard it. You know what I mean?
Who told the kid about it?
I think she said one of her teammates told her.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people heard it, but she just didn't hear it, personally. But I'm sure it's something she'll never forget if it's never happened before. And who's to say that it hasn't? But luckily it got captured. Well, at least the audio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just an unfortunate event. And see, this is my thing, right? With this video. In my opinion, this is what's wrong with the world. Because didn't nobody do nothing. But we get mad at people for taking a knee for the flag. We get mad at people for peacefully protesting. And keep in mind, when I say we, I mean white people. White people get mad at black people for peacefully protesting, taking a knee, whatever the case may be. But you let that happen. That's y'all people. You know what I mean? That's one of yours. And you let that happen, nobody does anything. It just takes me back to, I'm sure you watched Rosewood before, right?
No.
All right, so yeah. Well, it just takes me back to like when you hear the story of Emmett Till that basically lost his life from a lie. And every other little kid from back in those days that lost their life because of a lie, or just overall racism. That's what it kind of takes me to mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but y'all be so mad about all this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you, but y'all watch that happen. It's crazy.
I mean, you know what they thinking, like, one of them get out of line, all of them try to get out of line. They gonna follow behind him, so they gotta go ahead and nip that so that we don't feel empowered and want to rise up. Like, we can let them make so much noise, but once you too big, it's like, all right, we gotta make an example out of you. So that's what they do. But it won't always be like this.
You don't think so?
Of course not. Look, and that's gonna get into a whole different topic. That's gonna be a whole different episode. But no, it's not gonna always be like this. No.
So let me guess, you when you say that, you mean like what they project in 100 years, black people are gonna outnumber any other race? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's a piece of it. Yeah. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see that happen.
In our lifetime, it probably won't happen.
Right, that's true.
But you know what? It will happen. So it's like our great, however long it takes, they'll see it. And I feel like it's up to us to start instilling certain things in our youth and our kids so that when this time comes, they'll fall in line or become the leader that they need to be and be equipped with the knowledge that they need to have in order to push the agenda forward.